Survivor Series is 11 days away, and we have a lot to go through, so let's get to it. First off, the battle of the, I guess we can say, mid-card belts. As the Face of America and United States Champion AJ Styles, representing Raw, faces SmackDown's Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura and NXT's North American Champion Roderick Strong. This match, if it somehow stays this way all the way to Survivor Series, could be the match of the year. And I don't say that about matches a lot. I just look at it when it happens and I'm like, oh, this could be a great match. This could be the match of the year. But right now, looking at this match, and when I say if it stays that way, that applies to one of the matches we'll talk about later on. If every man keeps their title all the way to Survivor Series, because we're a few weeks away, anything can happen. Title changes can happen. It's possible. And again, we'll see that later on this. This could be the match of the year. Keep in mind that Roderick Strong is in that War Games match of the night before. If the answer there still stay in there, I guess. But, again, this could be the match of the year, and I personally could care less who wins. This will be a great match. This will be an incredible match, but if I had to choose one, and it depends, again, how he does in War Games, but I will pick Roderick Strong, just because this could be a match that sets him up for life. This could be a match that sets him up when he goes to the main roster saying, you beat these guys, you should get a title shot. And quite frankly, he would. And plus, NXT has been dominant over the past few weeks. They need to win a couple matches. This is one I could see them winning for sure. And we don't know NXT's team yet, but there will be a few traditional Survivor Series matches. But they will be elimination triple threat style, which I don't know if you're just going to do traditional Survivor Series matches, or you're just going to say, oh, one member of the team's gone, the whole team's gone. Because it's going to be a 15-man match from what I'm seeing so far, because SmackDown's team is in Raw's teams are now official for this match. We don't know NXT's team yet. However, we do know Raw and SmackDown's teams. SmackDown, headed by Roman Reigns, will have King Corbin, Baron Strowman, Shorty G, and a man who got his first name back, Mustafa Ali. He's been Ali for the longest time. Now he has his fucking first name back. Good for him. And Raw's team of Seth Rollins, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. I guess Randy Orton's on Raw and I didn't realize it, which is a thing. Good for him. But I probably was during the Superstar Shake-Up during the draft. I just didn't remember it, I don't think. But nonetheless, Orton is on Raw, I guess, so that works out. But again, if it was just this match right here, I as close as it would be, I would probably pick SmackDown, but barely. However, NXT is also going to be involved, and again, I do not know if this will be a elimination, like someone gets eliminated, the whole team's eliminated, or if it will be a traditional Survivor Series matchup to where we will see at least 10 to 14 eliminations in this match. And Survivor Series matches are hard to call regardless because, we do have that 4-on-1 potential, that 3-on-2 potential, that evened out playing field potential. The mathematics in this match is ridiculous. But if it is traditional, again, this is a match I could see NXT barely winning, but I don't know if they will. And speaking of elimination matches, we will have, I guess, again, it will be a traditional, I guess, 15-woman Survivor Series matchup. a triple threat match, which again, elimination, we still don't have the definition of if one person's eliminated, the whole team's gone, or if it is indeed a traditional Survivor Series match where we would have, again, maybe 10 to 14 eliminations, excuse me. But for right now, the only team we know about is SmackDown. And the captain is Sasha Banks for SmackDown. She will have Carmella and Dana Brooke, who won a tag team match to qualify to be in this team, per se. Obviously, with SmackDown being the only team, they would win this match. But again, in the next few weeks, hopefully we'll have some kind of definition of what happens in these matches. And finally, a huge change in the Tag Team Championship match. I'm sorry, not championship match, but the Battle of the Tag Teams, I guess. We have new SmackDown Tag Champions, 7-time Tag Champions, New Day. Will face the NXT Tag Champions, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders. Of course, New Day beat the Revival last week on SmackDown, and a lot of people have looked into this as, oh, they're going to leave. But their contract doesn't expire until like early spring. I think maybe April at the most. But at the same time, if they're not going to re-sign, they're going to go to AEW or wherever they go in the future. Why give them a high-profile match on the way out? I could totally understand why WWE did what they did. People may not like it, but I understand it. Even though their contracts, again, do not expire from what we know until April of next year. You literally had the titles as a bargaining chip to fucking re-sign. That's the only reason they had the titles. If you look at it from when they held it to when they were doing contract negotiations, those titles were basically a bargaining chip to give them a contract. They didn't sign it, they lose the titles. It's that simple. People don't like it, but that is literally what happened. That's literally what happened here. And it ruined a great match that could have been the evolution of NXT. What I mean by that, think about all these teams that were from NXT, the Revival, the Viking Raiders, and still in NXT, the Undisputed Era. This could have been the story of the growing development that NXT has become, to where you had all original NXT talent in a match together. This could have been something great, but the Revival went and fucked it up. It's that simple. I don't like it, and I don't like saying it like that, but that's what happened. That's the only reason this is happening the way it is. And with that change, New Day will win. Because it just makes sense. Keep the momentum going. Keep it going until Xavier Woods comes back from injury, which we don't know the time frame of that. We could be sometime next year, sometime after WrestleMania. It could be possible, maybe less time than that. We don't know. But again, New Day needs the momentum more. This is a match of who needs it more, and clearly the New Day will need it after winning the titles. They need to keep the momentum going, and this is a perfect way to do that. And with that being said, Survivor Series is 11, close to 10 days away now. This will be a great card. Again, we don't know about the Universal title and the NXT Championship. We don't know about them. You could probably put them in a Survivor Series match, or at least for the NXT Champion, because the Universal title isn't on here, because of course, obviously, he'd be on the SmackDown team, but he's not. We'll just see what happens. We don't know what's going to happen to The Fiend, what's going to happen to Adam Cole, what's going to happen to the rest of the champions on the NXT, or champions rather, 24/7 title on the Cruiserweight belt. We don't know. That could be a match. 24/7 versus Cruiserweight champion. That could be a thing. But again, this is a great night for wrestling that will happen on Thanksgiving weekend, and we'll just see what happens.